I stepped past the bodies, through the gates and into the shrine. The screaming stopped abruptly. Inside the grounds were men panting and grunting, grinning with white teeth, as though killing were as hard work as bringing in the rice harvest. Earlier, when the world was normal, someone must have lit incense in the great cauldron. The last of it drifted across the courtyard, masking the bitter smell of blood and death. The man who had been torn apart lay on the wet stones. It was Isao, the leader of the Hidden. His mouth was still open, frozen in a last contortion of pain. The murderers had left their jackets in a neat pile against a pillar. I could see clearly the crest of the triple oak leaf. These were Tohan men, from the clan capital of Inuyama. I remembered a traveller who had stayed the night at our house, and when my mother had prayed before the meal, he had tried to silence her. "Don't you know that the Tohan hate the Hidden and plan to move against us? Lord Iida has vowed to wipe us out," he whispered. The power struggles of the clans had never concerned us. Why would anyone want to harm us? I knew at any moment the men from the Tohan clan would turn, and their gaze would fall on me, and they would tear me apart. They would have neither pity nor mercy. They were already polluted by death, having killed a man within the shrine itself. In the distance, I could hear with acute clarity the drumming sound of a galloping horse. I knew who I was going to see, framed between the shrine gates. I'd never seen him before in my life, but my mother had held him up to us as a sort of ogre with which to frighten us into obedience. "Don't stray on the mountain, or Iida will get you." Iida Sadamu, lord of the Tohan clan. The horse reared and whinnied at the smell of blood. Iida was clad from head to foot in black armour, his helmet crowned with antlers. His sword was in his hand. The only thing that saved me was the horse's reluctance to pass beneath the gate. It reared again, prancing backwards. The men already inside the shrine turned and saw me, crying out in their rough Tohan accents. I grabbed the last of the incense, hardly noticing as it seared my hand, and ran out through the gates. As the horse shied towards me, I thrust the incense against its flank. It reared over me, its huge feet flailing past my cheeks. I heard the hiss of the sword descending through the air. I felt as if I had split in two. I saw Iida's sword fall on me, yet I was untouched by it. The horse gave a snort of pain and a savage series of bucks. Iida, unbalanced by the sword thrust that had somehow missed its target, fell forward over its neck and slid heavily to the ground. I had unhorsed the lord of the Tohan. There would be no limit to the torture and pain to atone for such an act. But I knew I did not want to die. Something stirred in my blood, telling me I would not die before Iida. I had spent my whole life among the Hidden, who are forbidden to kill and taught to forgive each other. But at that moment, revenge took me as a pupil. I kicked out at the man closest to me, getting him between the legs, sank my teeth into a hand that grabbed my wrist, broke away from them and ran towards the forest. 3 of them came after me. As the track steepened near the waterfall, it curved a little round the trunk of a huge cedar, and as I ran with stone legs and sobbing breath past the tree, someone rose out of its shadow and blocked the path in front of me. I ran straight into him. He held me immediately. He looked in my face, and I saw something flicker in his eyes. Surprise. Recognition. I heard the Tohan men stop. "You have apprehended the criminal we were chasing," said one of them. "Thank you, sir." The man holding me turned me round to face my pursuers. I could feel the soft fabric of his clothes, the smoothness of his hands. He was some sort of lord, no doubt, just like Iida. "What has this criminal done?" the lord asked. The man in front of me had a long face like a wolf's. "It is purely the business of Iida Sadamu and the Tohan clan," he said. "Huh," the lord grunted. "And who might you be to tell me what is and what is not my business?" "Just hand him over," the wolfman snarled. As he stepped forward, with one neat movement the lord twisted me behind his back and let go of me. I heard for the second time in my life the hiss of the warrior's sword as it is brought to life. The wolfman drew out a knife. The other 2 had pulled.